you have to ride them waves.
What's up, Tifos? How's everybody doing? Danny Brams in the house to talk about some goals. It's a beautiful night in Charlotte FC, and it usually is. And thank God we got another one. And for those who remember, first off, thanks to everybody for jumping in the stream. Thank Justin Reynolds calling us out for being a couple minutes late. What, you know, in your best Judge Smalls voice. Well, we're waiting. Wait no more, my friend. We are here. Brian Marley, thanks for being in the chat and saying, let's go. I agree. Let's do it. Let's go for sure. What can I say? Charlotte FC is in much better form since the last time we did this. It was if you remember last time we did sort of a goals breakdown episode, it was a situation of the team had been getting horrible results. They'd been losing a bunch of matches and giving up goals in stoppage time. And we said, forget about the results. We're going to talk about the goals because the goals being scored were pretty nice. And now we get to do something even better than that, which is talk about goals again and show a bunch of goals and just talk about them and celebrate them during a win streak, which is amazing. So Charlotte FC has won 3 on the bounce, as they say, 3 on the spin, as they say across the pond. And that's a beautiful thing. 9 points out of 9. I think the only MLS club to get 9 full points out of the 3-match week that the league just went through. So that's very cool. We got another match coming up against Toronto at home again on Saturday. I'll be there. Hope you will too. Before Leagues Cup gets started, and I don't really care about Leagues Cup right now this year, but we'll see. Maybe if they get out of the group stage, I'll start to care. But I got a tragedy to report here before we get to the goals. Unfortunately, you get to see my lovely thinning, receding hairline here on the old YouTube stream. Not covered by a blue and Volt yellow hat. I lost my lightning bolt cap, y'all. I don't know what happened. It was here one day. It was gone the next. I don't know. I don't have my hat anymore. I got it early before it was released, and now I have no hat. So unfortunate for sure. But what I do have, I have 2 other things. Actually, I have 9 other things. I have 7 goals to show you tonight and talk about, and I can't wait. And again, I mean, I'm just watching, you know, hundreds of people jump in the stream here. Thank God for all y'all. Make sure to comment, like, share, subscribe, create a burner, and subscribe with that, all of that. But I have 7 goals to show you. I got a bottle of wine like I always do. A nice red blend. I'm finishing off my Trader Joe's purchase from last week. And I got another DB. I got Danny Brackett here yet again to break down the goals because he's so good at it. Danny actually played. You played a soccer match tonight, Mr. Brackett, and now you're here to talk about. You said, and just a little peek behind the curtain for all y'all. Danny told me before we started the stream it was the best 6-on-6 pickup game that he had played in quite a while. The level was high. Danny, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me. DB squared is always a blast. Cheers. I got a water because I need it after that hot day today. But cheers.
Our buddy Justin Reynolds, already the MVP commenter of the episode. Although the title's still up for grabs, if you want to get in those comments, folks. A cigar, a Coke Zero, and Charlotte goals. God bless you, sir. Hope it's a Cuban. And I hope you're loving life. But, yeah, so we're talking goals. And, Danny, what do you think of this win streak and all the goals we've been seeing before we sort of dive into them? Are you ready to maybe pick your favorite? I'm not going to ask you to rank all 7. But at the end of this, we want the commenters to pick their top 3. And I'm going to put you on the spot for the top 3 as well.
Sounds good. I'm not going to say that our positivity helped Charlotte FC with the 3-win bounce. But I really do think that our last episode that we had really just – put the positivity out in the world because boy, did we need it.
Right. Exactly. I am going to say it. I am going to say that we inspired the win streak because what we did in the last time we did this, if you go back in the feed on our YouTube page, there was an episode that we titled it, At Least the Goals Are Nice, because even though Charlotte FC was not getting good results, they were scoring great goals. And we, instead of like being, the club sucks, they can't get any goal. They can't get any wins. They can't get any points, blah, blah, blah. They're giving up goals in stoppage time. We said, hey, we're going to focus on what the team's doing right. and hopefully the results will follow. And it turned out to be the case. So let's get started. Without further ado, we've wasted 5 minutes yet again, me talking about myself incessantly because as everyone knows, Danny Brams only cares about himself. He just likes to see himself on camera. He's not here for the people. I've been accused of, at least. But let's start with Idon Tokolamani versus New York City, because this is where it all got started. 15 minutes into a match at home that was desperately needed to get things started, and Idon made it happen. What did you love about this goal, Danny?
I saw someone tweet out just how good Zaha has been recently, and it's not showing up exactly in goals and assists every single game, but he's getting that hockey assist, that last pass. We're playing very direct these days, and it's really working. Idon Tokolamani's making very intelligent runs. He makes another good run. Sometimes Dino would get mad at Pat for not making these runs. So look at this ball. Look at this slashing run by Pep Biel here, right behind the center back. He goes fake run, dummy run, and then there, no one tracks him. Nice little sweat across the goal, and Idon's there to top it off. Just a really well-worked goal.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I mean, this will take a lot. We'll just keep replaying these over and over again. And if I mess up, if I let it sit on a freeze, yell at me, y'all. But yeah, this is beautiful. And I love about this goal, when we see this wider replay after a couple Selly shots, you'll see that Idon actually starts this play. This was a long ball that came from the back line. I think, was it Privet maybe that sent this deep ball? And Idon starts this on the left wing. He goes and gets this. And then he ends up being the one that finishes. So here he is down on the left wing. He's like, this is not where I need to be. I can't score from here. Let me kick it over to Wilf, and then let me just hustle my ass. Watch him on all the way around the box. He's just kind of watching it happen. He's like, okay, I need to get to the back post. And that's what a scorer does, right, Danny?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's such an intelligent run by Pep, and the fact that no one picked him up either just makes it all the better. And I mean, what a ball across the middle. There was no other thought in his mind other than he was just going to sweat that through, low on the ground, really hard to defend against. And I mean, shout out to Idon Tokolamani, continues to take his chance and finds himself in really good positions constantly throughout the game.
Yeah, I said this last episode that I was going to, like, even though we'll never truly forget Pat, we'll always miss Pat and all that, but like Tokolamani can maybe at least cover us, if you will, if that's what it takes, because
he's one goal off Pat now.
That's amazing to think about statistically. Yeah, for sure.
He's
a different type of player, but he gets it done.
I mean, he's a phenomenal player. Gives you a lot different aspects to the game as a striker than Pat does, but it's really working. And I think his chemistry with Zaha and Pep Biel has flourished as he's gotten more minutes under his belt.
Yeah, and Zaha there with the hockey assist. I think I said when we first did the post-game episode on that specific match, I was like, I wonder if Wilf knows that MLS counts assists on the pass before the pass. He's got to be pretty happy to see his stats going up, right?
Chances created. I mean, he's playing some really good ball right now. He's in mid-season form, and this is kind of the Wilf Zaha that I remember from Crystal Palace. And it did take him a little bit to get up to speed in the MLS. Didn't have a lot of game time at Galatasaray, but he's really shown his quality.
Yep. And just great comment from Justin here, who's, again, he's just like, he's doing victory laps on everybody as the MVP commenter. If Tokolamani gets in the weight room and gains 10 pounds of muscle, he would be so dangerous. I can't disagree, right? I mean, and he's a youngster.
Yeah, I mean, he's only 20 years old too. That's the crazy thing. Hopefully we can keep him for a while, but I just have really been enjoying his link-up play because we didn't see that as much with Pat. Pat's just a killer, very vertical. But Idon Tokolamani just brings an element where when we need to put the foot on the ball and settle down, he's always there to kind of play off Pep Biel. And that's why I think we've seen so many goals as of late.
Yeah, and that was not the end of the scoring versus New York City, because as our good friend Liel Abada has started to struggle a little bit, Kerwin Vargas has picked up the slack. And this was an important goal from Kerwin here just to sort of set everybody's minds at ease and let us know that we weren't going to have to worry about giving up a late lead and a draw again. You see him go to the throne, looking even better than Karol Swiderski jumping on that throne. If anyone remembers that guy, he used to be one of our players. That's a sick entry pass. And Kerwin, the first shot, thank goodness it bounced right back to him, because I think that first shot might have been going into the stands, but the second shot was pure fire.
Absolute laser with the weak foot there. Kerwin when we were having that tough run, we saw him miss a couple chances, but he's a very streaky player. And once he finds the net once, he seems to find it again. Dean's given him a chance. And I mean, when you got a celebration like that, it's hard not to start him.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of I believe this Saturday is the Kerwin Vargas backflip bobblehead night that a lot of people are going to want to be getting to the stadium early for. Maybe I'm not even going to say maybe. I'm going to say it is the collectible of the year. It's the one you want to get as far as gifts for the people that walk in the stadium early. I'm notorious for walking in like right before kickoff. I try to stay and drink as many non-$18 beers as possible outside the stadium, so I don't get there super early, but I might have to on Saturday.
Yeah, no, can't miss that one.
Great comment from Brian Marley, who says, a free Bojangles biscuit, always motivation for me to work harder. Whenever Charlotte FC scores 2, remember you can get that free Bojangles Cajun biscuit the next day. And God bless Kerwin for getting free biscuits around town on this match, for sure.
A lot of free biscuits recently.
I mean, you put the biscuit in the basket and it's all good. More from Kerwin later. I mean, again, he's, as much as I loved this goal, and this was a massive, like I said, a relief. This was a goal that we all wanted to see. I had a really good line of sight on this one. I was like, oh, so when the first shot went up, I was like, yeah. But then I was like, oh, the rebound fell right to him, and boom, what a laser! That's a world-class goalkeeper, U.S. Men's International Matt Freese, Mr. Freese, Matty Ice, unable to stop that one.
Doesn't stand a chance.
And that's how good Kerwin is. Yeah, what can you say?
I just really enjoyed that we like you said, that it was getting kind of nervy during that game, and we finally killed off a game where it wasn't a sweat at the end, and that's how you win games, and especially at home like that, you just got to put them away. And we're about to see the DC game. That was a little different of a story. So
yeah, DC unfortunately was even more nervy because of a kind of a cheap concession. But thank God Pep Biel had already put us in the spot to succeed. And this was the night, of course, of the Lightning Bolt jerseys debut. Would have sucked to lose the debut here. And this was a sick goal. Again, Toklamati in the right spot to sort of be there for a pass that didn't get to him. It was deflected, and then Pep cleans it up. This was a really nice goal as well, Danny. What'd you see?
Those jerseys look so good on the pitch too that night. But just another, I mean, Gianni getting into the mix, being a dynamic player like we saw last video. But just Pep just wanted that ball more than anyone else. When you're in form like that, sometimes the ball just kind of bounces your way. Another hustle goal for him.
Right.
And I mean, he just beats that center back right there. I mean, it's just complete hustle. And there was never a doubt he was not going to finish that. He's just enjoying his football right now. And every Charlotte fan is really enjoying watching him as well.
Yeah, I don't think I fully realized and appreciated just how big of a tumble number 4 for DC takes there. Oh my God. I'm so busy watching the goal and watching Pep that I never really quite realized just how ridiculous he made the defender look there. So,
another Wilf Zaha hockey assist, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a really nice outside the boot, finding Gianni. Our midfielders recently, especially Pep, have been making such good runs behind. Ida and Toklamati, when you can hold up play like that, he can kind of check to the ball, and then the number 10 or the 8 can make the dummy run past him. And that's what we've seen on the last 2 goals, at least.
Yeah, notice that Toklamati kind of occupying 2 defenders there.
Yep.
Not quite, but I mean, he definitely, Toklamati's run creates the space for Pep to run into. And DC, not a good team, not playing well. They probably didn't need to concede that. I agree. Like that's not it. If I'm DC fan, I probably stopped following the team a long time ago. But if I wasn't stopping following the team, I am not happy with just the fact that Pep was allowed to sort of run in there free. You mentioned Zaha's pass. I mean, this is like the pass of the year. I wish I had a better angle on this. Unfortunately, we're stuck with this one. But that's outside foot. What a lot of people don't realize, that's outside foot curling right into Diani's path. It's so nice.
Fantastic touch by Gianni. I mean, that first touch by Diani to kind of keep it going too with the outside, just to cushion it where the 2 defenders can't close him. I mean, that's pretty high quality as well. And the fact that he gets that cross off makes it, I mean, Toklamati was going to probably finish that if it wasn't for that good defensive effort. So, I mean, shout out to them. And, it was really nice to get that goal right before halftime. And then it kind of came in a flurry.
Yeah, if I remember right, this was a match where Charlotte almost scored like off a set piece right in the first couple of minutes, and then it was boring as hell for like 40 minutes after that, and then Pep scored right before half, and I was like, thank goodness, because these are must-win matches. As much as I'm bragging about Charlotte getting the 9 out of 9, it's against 3 horrible teams, so they better have gotten the 9 out of 9. You know, like these, if you're going to make the playoffs, these are the wins you have to get. How about this great comment from Abram Kuchecki, great Tifos? He says, I love how most of Pep's celebrations are just him hugging teammates and calling them for them to join the huddle. That's exactly right. Fucking love this guy. He'll probably end up being a DP at some point very soon. He even hinted that he signed the sort of extension to the end of the year, but at the presser where he was talking about that, he was like, yeah, we may have more news to announce soon. And I think he's going to end up signing some type of long-term deal to stay in Charlotte at some point, right?
He seems like a great locker room guy. And there was one angle to this match that had me just slightly worried. Benteke was kind of back and healthy, but he didn't even start the match. But also they fired their coach right before this match. So it could have been a new coach bounce. Ooh, but we definitely put that away, thankfully, in the first half. And, you know, it was a little nervy, and we lost our way a little bit in the second half, but still a pretty good home win.
Rough times for Justin Reynolds, who now is commenting that Cerminti pirouetted around his high five. That's horrible. I mean, you know, come on, Cerminti, give up the high fives, bro. Why are you leaving Justin in the cold like that? He just wants some minty love, which I actually, side note, I'll have to, you know, DM me if you want the story about got to meet Cerminti and do the Macarena with him this week. Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. And I played cornhole against Cerminti. I won, but then again, he does have a limited range of motion. Brandon Davis says the callers are shit. I agree. And you know who agrees with you, Brandon? Every single Charlotte FC player. That was the one thing Tim Ream did comment after that match. He was like, yeah, the one we really had a good time beating DC tonight, but the callers, nobody liked them. So wow. I don't know who designed those. Again, that's a whole other side conversation. Exactly. Justin, post the video evidence, Justin. Post the link. You know, if your lawyer is going to be calling Cerminti on a swerve on a high five, we need to see the evidence. But the best news, Danny, is that like we said, this the Pep wasn't done this night, and he scored on either side of halftime, as they like to say across the pond. It was nice to get this second goal right when the second half started, eh?
Yeah, no, I mean, a good assist by Marshall Rudy.
Jack.
We've seen him kind of be a little bit better offensively recently. Let's see. Guess who played this pass?
Player, right?
Wilfred Zaha. Look at that awareness there, finding that the right back cheated there, and Marshall Rudy kind of found that space right between the right center back and the right back. A good pick out. Wilf draws 2 defenders, dishes it out, and Rudy knows who's going to pass to the best player on the team, which is Pep Biel. Good first touch and another good finish.
I think Wilf beat, if not 3, at least 2 with this pass. Like he beats 3 defenders really with the pass. At least
2 lines.
I think it's 3 because I think he beats the guy that's standing there flat-footed, and then he splits the 2 that are trying to track Jaquil there. Yeah, you know, it's incidental. It's semantics. What I really love, and we'll see it in the replay here, and I said this again. This is another thing that I kind of commented when we did a previous episode about this game. I just love that Jaquil took a first time assist. We always talk about guys taking too many touches before they shoot, but sometimes you take too many touches before you pass. And Jaquil just taking this on a first time, doink, and then right into the space that Pep's about to occupy. Absolutely brilliant from Jaquil.
Yeah, I have noticed that as well, Danny. I mean, it just seems like since this, you know, that first win that we had on the 3-game kind of bounce here, the players are just kind of beaming with confidence. And even in the Atlanta game that we'll get to later, I mean, it was first touch right over the top. There was no second guessing their ability, what Dean wanted them to do. And it's really good to see. I mean, we can't talk about it enough, but it's just so good, especially in a lot of the qualities coming from that left side, which is really good to see.
Yeah, and to be honest, with Doumbia back, with Nathan Byrne just about back, it's going to be interesting to see if Jack can keep the playing time. I think Scardina and Bill Tuiloma are in serious trouble as far as playing time goes. But Jaquil has played well enough that I think he could still find his way out there. Jaquil versus Doumbia on the left is kind of interesting. I know Dean's going to want the left footer out there. Jaquil's a little bit out of position on the left side. But, I mean, how do you bench Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy, Danny?
You don't, number one. You do not bench him. He's a phenomenal
So you would
player.
play him over Doumbia, even cross-footed?
I think so. And why I think so is it's been very apparent, at least within this video, but just watching the game, him and Zaha some players just click. Yes. And they are clicking. He's bombing past them with the overlap. And Zaha isn't exactly fast, but Marshall-Ruddy is pretty rapid. And so when Zaha gets the ball, he kind of cuts inside, draws the defenders, can just dink it over the top for Rudy, who runs on. And all of his assists have been with his left foot. I'm not seeing much of a weak foot to me. So I don't bench
Marshall-Ruddy
here at all.
Let's watch it one more time before we move on, because thankfully Charlotte
with his right foot.
They gave up a really weak, soft goal to DC that made it squeaky bum time at the end, but they did hold on for the 2-1 win, which was very important.
That goal was not very good.
How do you bench Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy after a play like this? I agree, especially because look, he makes the entry pass to Zaha and then keeps running, just like Toklamati kept running.
Yep.
Jack keeps running. It's beautiful.
Yep, it's fantastic.
It's a beautiful thing, and made all the Charlotte fans sing. And then it was time, Danny, to go to Atlanta. And just before we move there, I just want to throw up another quote from great, tremendous friend of the show, Brandon Davis. Pep is the best CLTFC player ever, no question. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Different gravy.
Different gravy. People are saying, thank God Calvin Stengs somehow failed that physical, and I guess I have to agree. I didn't love the take when I first heard it, but I've kind of warmed up to that take as it's continued to cook and circulate and foment, if you will. But like I said, it was time to go to Atlanta, and down 1-0 at halftime. There's a beautiful cross from Kerwin Vargas that only Toklamati can get to, and the finish from this is actually pretty sophisticated. Because what he does is he's running to his right, and he's got everyone moving left. He's got everyone moving left, and all he has to do is just tap it back to the right. Just move the ball opposite to the direction all the defenders are going. It's almost like a counter rush play, like a counter handoff in the NFL. Like when you move all the blockers left and then hand it to the running back to roll right. That's what I kind of that's the vibe I got from this play, which was Toklamati. He didn't have to really put anything on it. He just needed to tap it back in the opposite direction everyone was moving.
That is such a difficult finish because you want to tap it with the outside of your foot, but you don't want to tap it too much where it completely takes it sideways. So you kind of have to hit it almost diagonal, knowing that the center back and Brad Guzan is about to absolutely sandwich you. And he wasn't going to pull out of that. Brad Guzan ended up taking the heat from it, not Aydin Toklamati, thankfully. But that's pretty hard finish to do, and a lot of bravery there. But he wanted that goal pretty bad. I love another theme here. First touch by Vargas here.
Yeah,
Looks
first
up,
touch
picks
cross,
up his
right
head.
on point.
All these crosses are coming right on that 6-yard line. Hardest place to defend on the pitch, in my opinion. And when you zip it across, it's a little bit too far for the keeper to come collect, and it's a little bit too behind the center back to reach, where you're risking an own goal. That is just a really, really good ball, and Vargas is in great form right now.
Right. Guzan really has no choice but to try to prepare for that. He didn't necessarily pop out to grab it. He's in no man's land, which is exactly where you want a goalkeeper as an attacking side. And yeah, like you mentioned, first touch cross right on point, looking like Hawkeye, firing those arrows at the Chitauri in Avengers 1. And what I don't want to hate on this guy too bad because he did serve the U.S. men's national team for a while, but Sad Guzan, Brad Guzan, we're going to rename him Sad Guzan here, unfortunately. And the guy just gives up. He always looks just so sad and pitiful when he gives up a goal. He's had many gifts over the years, and this is another one where he's just on his knees thinking, how did I end up on such a horrible team? This is a guy who won MLS Cup back in the day with the original Atlanta team that used to be good with Almiron and Joseph, and now he's just kind of presiding over the demise of a franchise that has lost its way.
Yeah, he probably wished he retired last year.
Right.
But I thought Vargas did this a lot, against Atlanta. Like he was fizzing in balls, like very direct. I think that was something that Dean really harped on, and like the comments are saying, his crossing lately has been phenomenal. I've been super pleased with it.
Yeah, and in fact, if you remember, like there were against in the DC match, Vargas had like 3 crosses that deserved to have goals scored on the end of them, and none of them were able to connect. But his crosses have been absolutely insane lately. Brad Guzan, I'm a man. I'm 40. Is he 40? I thought he was like 47 or something like that. I thought he was older than me.
Yeah, Guzan's up there. Did Vargas come off the bench against DC? I'm pretty sure he did.
Yes, he did. He came off in the second half.
Very well.
He came on in the second half. Yeah, made stuff happen, and he's playing out of his mind right now, and it's very needed because I still have faith. I'll keep the faith with Liel Abada. I'm not going to be the guy that comes on here and is like, Abada sucks, get rid of him. I think Abada still has a part to play in this season, but he's in a tough spot of form right now. He's not playing his best, and Vargas has stepped up to fill that void big time.
Yeah, but whoever plays on the right wing is just so streaky. It's like, they rattle off a couple goals, right, and then they kind of go quiet for 5 games. And then, Dino might start subbing people in. And it's just like a constant rinse and repeat with him and Vargas. It'll be interesting to see if Vargas continues to get the start against Toronto or Abada kind of slides in there. But I think that a rising tide lifts all boats. I'd love to see Abada get one soon. Mm-hmm. And I can guarantee you if Abada scores, that second one's going to come pretty soon after, if not the next game.
Oh, I like that. We love a guarantee on this show. I made a guarantee that if we didn't beat Atlanta, we would miss the playoffs. And thank Christ we did beat Atlanta. But it wasn't easy because that Edon Toklamani goal right after halftime only made it 1-1. Remember, we were down early in this match. And this, spoiler alert, I'm going to just say it, this is my favorite of them all. This is my favorite goal of the 7 we're going to look at. We talked about at the beginning of the episode, we're going to want the chat and yourself to rank these. This is my favorite because I made the analogy on the Toklamani goal that we just scored, that it was kind of like a counter rushing play with a running back, going the opposite way, the blocking. This was just a flat out, we'll keep the NFL gridiron analogies going. This is just straight up stiff arm. Zaha just like punked both defenders, knocked him down on the ground, and they both were like crying to the refs, crying like little babies. Like, look, you can see them like, oh, referee, he pushed me. Oh, daddy, little brother pushed me, blah, blah, blah. Well, you just got punked, bro, and you need to get to the weight room ASAP because Wilfred Zaha just made you look like a little punk.
Yep, Zaha wanted that more. As Johnny Hayes always says, pep in the pockets here. Yep. A constant trend. I don't know what happened there. He's wide open. A nice pass, but that first touch by Zaha,
yeah.
I mean, that is something else. Just bullies both center backs, hits the Heisman, and then puts the ball on the back of the net. You got to love to see it, especially in a derby. I mean, you just cannot let that happen if you're a center back.
Right. In a 1-1 game with 30 minutes left to play, you just let one guy go in and beat both center backs with his own. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think Zaha just deserved that goal after creating so many chances. I'm really happy that he got on the score sheet, especially in a big match like this.
Yeah, and we love Wilf's jumping celebration. I saw it up close and personal in Philadelphia when it happened right in front of me. It was beautiful. And as Brandon Davis comments, he could have dunked on a 12-foot. Well, technically, that's a 12-foot rim on the celebration jump. I absolutely agree. And those poor little center backs. I don't think either of those is the center back that they ended up selling right after the match because he had subbed at halftime. Look at that jump. Ooh, beautiful jump by Zaha. Pep's in there. Pep with the assist. Pep also hadn't gotten the hockey assist on the Toklamani goal. He fed Vargas for that cross.
Yep.
And here it was off and running. And just something about it, though. You knew there was more goals in this game. And Atlanta did end up scoring a second one. But the reason that it did not end up as a 2-2 draw, and we're thankful for it all, is because of this goal from Pep himself. 15 minutes to play. Charlotte's up 2-1, but feeling like maybe they need another one. Wilf just feeds Pep, and that's as easy as you like. That's as cool as you like, Danny.
Yeah, low. Guides it into the back post, didn't even try to smash it. I mean, he literally just lets the ball kind of guide and bends it right. I mean, whoever I gotta replay, I gotta see who hit that pass to Zaha to kind of open him up. But I mean, that's a very unselfish play. Pep in the right space at the right time. Eden Toklamati kind of drawing the center back or the right back, or no, that's Tiger Smalls on the back post. And I mean, Pep Biel, a man on fire. He's just not going to miss that, plain and simple.
All right. Well, we've got some horrible news to report 30 minutes in. For some reason, they killed us, Danny. They killed the stream. YouTube blocked us. I don't know what we did, but the chat is telling us that YouTube killed the stream. Maybe it'll come back. I don't know. We were only showing highlights that already exist on YouTube. We weren't showing anything that didn't exist already, but maybe we went too strong with it. So let's wrap it up. What was your favorite of the 7? And we'll call this thing good.
I think the Zaha goal, like you said, just the sheer determination, the first touch to kind of take it back past both of those defenders and kind of just stiff arm. That just is a gritty goal. And sometimes you got to win gritty, especially in a derby. And it just meant a lot.
Well, I'm sad because it sounds like we lost our stream and we'll probably get a copyright strike from YouTube. We didn't do anything wrong in my book, but Danny, thanks for joining. We'll call it good there.
Cheers.
For the crown, baby.
For the crown, baby.